Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Digital Outlook. Guys, I sure hope you had an absolutely fantastic Wednesday. Lots of big news coming out in this space. And of course, this morning, BlackRock exec talking about how absolute trillions are coming to this distributed ledger technology space and are going to be coming on chain. And of course, that is massive, massive news. Of course, we got news from Ripple going out there, making some big time investments and acquisitions. And guys, get this. Franklin Templeton, they have now come out and updated their application for XRP ETFs. And it looks like a lot of them have gone out there and they have corrected their filings. And November is going to be a big time deal. Now, just check the price of XRP. Boom, right back up, guys. We had tucked down there, way down there. I think it was like $2 and what, 9 or 6 cents. Here we are back up at $2.35. Guys, I think November will play out to be a very powerful month for XRP when we do see, the ETFs coming in, the government reopening, and on top of that, of course, Ripple getting this banking license out of the OCC. A lot of major catalysts have not yet taken place, but guys, I think the dominoes are right ready to fall. And beyond all that, you have got to really consider, where we're going with this digital asset space. And we know fundamentally, man, the fundamentals are off the Richter scale. We can see that you're talking about the tokenization of practically everything. And when you got big time deals like the execs over at BlackRock saying, look, you can expect trillions to come into this space because, of course, what are they talking about? They're talking about the tokenization of all these equity markets and, of course, ETFs. Larry Fink coming out and saying that. Well, guys, when you think of the global equity market, you're talking, what, 100 plus $1 trillion. Think of what that would do to this space when you think of the global money supply. When right now, I think the space is only 3.7 trillion or something like that. That is going to absolutely fire it off. I mean, that is a tremendous amount of value that is going to come into this space. And it's that long-term view that we are talking about of what to expect as we look down the road. Now, XRP and Brad Garlinghouse, boy, oh boy, is he coming out making some amazing statements in a lot of these interviews that he's doing. And he's saying, hey, XRP's at the center of it all. Eleanor Terrett was interviewing him, and he was flat out saying, listen, if people think that we've forgotten about XRP, that is not true. We are just dealing with a multifaceted client base where, yes, we are servicing some clients with RLUSD, but there is a heap of other ones out there we're servicing with XRP. And for those folks that think that they're not going to be using XRP, well, they're missing the whole plot, guys. Because even RLUSD working off the XRP ledger needs XRP in order to function the way in which it was meant to function. So we're seeing a big time deal. And of course, when you're dealing with the likes of Citibank and BNY Mellon and BlackRock and all these major banking companies, look, are banks using XRP? Yeah, guys, they are. They're using it in ways that a lot of people don't even want you to truly think about. But the tokenization of real world assets, that right there is going to be massive, massive, massive. And I think we are right there, guys. We are right around the corner of seeing something big time move. Now, I know it feels scary because, of course, hey, listening to Blockchain Backer, have a lot of respect for Blockchain Backer. And I have been following him for years. And plus, of course, have met up with him personally on a number of occasions, during XRP Vegas, had a lot of events together, had some great conversations with him and his beautiful wife. And they are just an amazing couple, to be sure, and a great resource he is to this space. Now, he's gotten a lot of flack for kind of putting out there and saying, hey, it looks like this, but it could also go this way. And he's acknowledging that, yes, in fact, there are indicators out there that we could see a bullish turnaround. But for him, hey, he's looked at and said, listen, been down these roads before. He's taken some risk off the table, but not all of it, guys. And he is actually looking at entry levels where he's going to be buying back in. from what he's communicated. And that's kind of the way I look at it. Look, you've got to get out there and do your own research. Come to those conclusions on the inside, right down in here. For Judy and I, we are as bullish as ever. And it's not just for what we may see between now and the end of the year, because I think it's mirroring a lot of what happened in 2017, although there are definitely indicators from what happened in 2021. Well, guys, this is going to be a different cycle than those cycles in a big way. And I think it's going to be a combination of both. And we could possibly see a big time turnaround very quickly. I think the month of November is gearing up to be big. But from a long term stand where we look at, how these assets are going to be changing, the way which the financial situation in the wide world is changing rapidly, we get the clarity. We get all of this legislation in space. We get all, not only the adoption, but the utilization of these assets, the way in which they're meant to operate. And you get folks like BlackRock going out there and employing all this and the tokenization of those real world assets. Come on. I think people will weep for the prices that we see today for XRP. I genuinely do believe that. I think it's going to be monumental. And this is where we will see the greatest transfer of wealth the world has ever seen. In my personal opinion, I believe that's what's going to go down. And so for Judy and I, are we as bullish as ever? You had better believe it. We are not shaken up. We are not shaken out. And we've got our ducks in a row. And I'll tell you what, when these dominoes start to fall, yes, you had better believe we will be coming out here celebrating with you. Because guys, I'll tell you, a day is coming when we're all going to look back and we're going to think to ourselves, my gosh, what a time it was. I think they're going to write history books about what's going on right now. And the thing is this, you and I are a part of that. We are writing the story right now for all of those that are early adopters in this space. And guys, if you think you're late, not even close, I think you're so early. And I'm telling you, down the road, I believe our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, should Jesus tarry, will have the ability to tell that story, and they are going to be sitting there. Now, what kind of story do you want to tell? Do you want to tell the story? Well, yeah, I was there, but for whatever reason, I was too spooked. I just didn't really see it the way that they saw it. I mean, we all got a Bitcoin story. How many of us are licking our wounds over that? Well, guys, I'll tell you what, the story that I want to tell my kids, my grandkids, my great-grandchildren is, yep, I was there. And you know what? I jumped on board and rode it. It was the most wild ride of our lives. And as a result, guys, that's why this family has been so supernaturally blessed. That's the story that I want to have. And guys, I know that's probably the story you want to have. Well, it's going to take conviction, and it's going to take getting out there and disciplining yourself, not to just fall prey to all the psychology of this market, and to truly know what you hold. That's the way I look at it. And guys, that is why we come out and do what we do. My hope is I am motivating you, not influencing you, motivating you to get out there and truly research it for yourself and get together with like minds and get out there and really see what's going on and pull that curtain back. Big time deal. So guys, I'll tell you what, lots of exciting stuff happening in this space. I'm going to put those articles to those things that we talked about right down the description of this video. Read those, guys. Actually get in there and see what's truly going on. Blow your mind, I'm telling you what. But guys, I think a lot of great things are happening. And until tomorrow, we have another fantastic coffee chat. Guys, have a fabulous one and take care.